Alright, what's going on everybody on YouTube? Happy Sunday. It is almost a new week. Obviously last week was the worst week, as I said, of my young trading career. But welcome. Just want to make sure really quickly that our stream is going up. Looks like we are still receiving content, but we should be getting ready to get on going here in just a second. So just real quick, while people are receiving notifications and hopping on in, hopefully, first and foremost, if you're new and this is your first video, if you see this after the stream and it uploads, or if you catch this live and this is your first video, welcome. Obviously I am Griffin Thomas, the owner, quote-unquote, runner of this channel, Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur. It's not just a stock market channel, even though if you scroll through my most recent videos, it looks like it is. I have multiple playlists on just how to make money online and really just achieve financial freedom. Lately, I've been just kind of obsessed over the idea of passive income, just trying to build sources of passive income. But I really found my true passion with the stock market recently, the last couple months. I've always been interested in the stock market, and that's why I went ahead and just went all in and just have been learning ever since. I spent all weekend learning options because I'm looking at getting options probably here within the next month. I just want to keep on learning, make sure I know at least all of like the terms, basics, definitions. How's it going there, Josh? Nice to see you again. Happy Sunday. But yeah, like I was saying, I went ahead, I took like 8 pages of notes. 8 might be pushing it, but roughly like at least 5 pages of notes on options. I learned all of like the Greeks, as I like to call them, like theta, veta, all that good, veta, whatever it is, all the Greeks, and just soaking everything in like a sponge, always learning, of course. But the whole point of today's Sunday Stock Watch, I mentioned that I wanted to show you guys how to scan for stocks, be it penny stocks. I'll have to close the chat some so you guys can see the whole setup here, but pretty much how I start out with, like I said, mine was messed up. I think I got it back to normal here, but I always start out with the percentage of the stock change. So I'll go ahead and close the chat out really quickly, just to show you guys that are tuning in as people continue to join in here. I always start out with the percent change. I don't really like to go no more than minus 15%, just because, I mean, it's just like a benchmark for me. I did 20%, but there's just so many quote-unquote trash stocks that drop after around 20%. So I just like to use 15% as a benchmark. Obviously, you can play with it. You can do 17, you can do 20, you can do 30. I mean, I've never really seen ones that drop that much other than like the penny stocks like NBCN and whatnot. But I like to just use 15 as a benchmark, and then I do plus 10% just because, again, just kind of a benchmark. I used to do, I started out with 20 on each one actually. I try to just kind of, if you do too big of a range, you can get a whole bunch of stocks, and you can, as you can see, I have 719 still. So you can see where if you just continue to make your range higher and higher and higher, then, I mean, you can have just so many stocks, and it's hard to kind of pick through the trash ones. But, and then again, I like to have volume no less than around 500,000. I used to have it around 1 million, but I noticed I was missing out on potential good stocks. Not good stocks, but like good quick flips. Whenever I had mine set at 1 million, there are some that are around 500,000, some even around 250,000. But I just like to use 500,000 as a benchmark. And then all I did was set it at like 200 million. I just tried to I think this is the max. I don't know for sure, but I tried to just get a crazy high number, obviously. And then for the price here, I don't really like messing with stocks generally that are under $1. Obviously, I'm kind of contradicting myself. If you look at my watch list, I have Acre and BPMX. I'm probably getting ready to BPMX this evening. It's already 5 o'clock. But I usually, when I'm scanning, I like to look for no less than $1. And then no more than, for right now, I'm going to stick with $25 just because I know I have a lot of newer, younger, really small account people that are starting with like less than $100, less than $500. I was there. I know how it is. Like I was mentioning on Friday, like I mention all the time, the price of the stock doesn't matter. You don't want to think price, you want to think percentage, profitability, potential. Don't think of the dollar value, think of percentages. Like I said, if I can get a stock for $1 that offers only 2% return potential with a potential loss of 10% versus a $25 stock that offers a 8% return with only about a 3%. I mean, obviously, it can go down more, it can go up more, but when you're performing your technical analysis, you tend to almost kind of have this cone that you think, okay, I really think it's either going to go up roughly this much or it's going to go down roughly this much. But point being, just perform your technical analysis, think in forms of percentages, do not think on dollars. I can't stress that enough, especially for new investors. It was a hard thing for me to grasp when I got started too, but once you grasp it, you start to realize that, I mean, the only difference is with smaller stocks, you're going to have to buy a lot more shares. I mean, it feels like you can make more, which in some cases you can, but it's just, again, doing technical analysis and just shifting your mindset from dollars to percentages. But anyways, then I just set it where it only shows about 50. It just, I notice my Thinkorswim tends to load a little quicker and run a little smoother when I do it at 50. You can obviously go up to like 2,000, but it just takes forever. And on top of that, when I'm scrolling, obviously whenever you set it at like, let's just say 1,000 for one, you can see how long it takes for it to load up. And then two, I mean, you start scrolling, it can get really messy really quick. So yeah, I just like doing it at 50 just to keep it simple. Obviously, if you want to, you can do 10. I mean, you can mess with it however you want. I just like to do 50 just because, again, it's just one of my personal preferences. I can cover a good amount of stocks. Usually, to be honest, I don't even look at more than 50. I look at the first 50. If I don't really see anything, I might go to the next 50. And then if I still don't see anything, then I just go back to my originals that are already on my watch list just because if I can't find anything, I have 100 stocks, then there's not really too much to really look at, from my point of view at least. But I'll go ahead and get the chat pulled back up here, and then I'll go ahead and start. Literally, I haven't even scanned for stocks yet. I literally just press scan. I mean, these are like the ones that I'm just now looking at. Another thing you'll want to do, I noticed whenever I set up my scanner, it usually looks something like this, kind of just a mix of stocks and whatnot. But what I like to do is put the net change where it starts out red, and then also I think what I like to do is, if I remember right, I don't know if it can do it actually. Symbol, I know you can do A to Z. I mean, you can really just play with this and do whatever you want. Like, you can have volume from lowest to highest or highest to lowest. I always like to kind of start out with lowest to highest. And then if I remember right, I thought with net change or the last, you could do, yeah, here we go. So as you can see here, this is what I really like to start out with, is just overall price. Then again, I'll look at the volume, I'll look at the change, and it just depends on my mood in all honesty. Sometimes I like to start out with percent change. I like to see the biggest movers first, biggest drops, and look at the volume. These two right here might be potentially good buys. Again, we don't know yet. I'm going to look at them possibly. But yeah, so that's just a quick overview of my scanning style. I'll go ahead and get you guys pulled back up here. See, make sure that our stream is still doing all right really quickly. Got 2 of you watching. How's it going, guys? I know it's Sunday, so I don't really expect a whole lot of people to be tuning in all honesty, especially on a Sunday evening. But hopefully everyone's doing well. So we'll go ahead, and if you have any stocks or anything you want me to look at really quickly while we're doing this, by all means, just shoot them out. I'm not going to make this stream too long. Right now it's about 5:30 where I am. It's not 5:30, about 5:15. It's like 5:17. So I plan on being off of here probably around 5:30. I don't want to make this too long. Apparently YouTube doesn't really like the long streams too much, but I'm going to do stock market trading live no matter what. But I don't want to make the streams too long. I just want to kind of get more straight to the point for you guys. So then what I like to do is just go back to, I'll go to chart. So right now we're going to take a look here. The volume's pretty good on this one, VRML. You can see the change, almost 15% down, just over 19 cents. The ask is at 248, or was it 248? And the lowest was 88 cents apparently, and the bid is right around $1. So a huge spread here. Decent volume behind it for sure, and like I said, big mover. So we'll go ahead and look at, let's see if we can see if this earnings is on 5/10, so that's about a month away, so that doesn't really affect us too much. But yeah, we'll go ahead and check it out, VRML. So go on over here to chart, and then VRML. Okay, so you can see here right off the bat, it went from right around $1 to a high of $1.15. That was a 15% move in 39 minutes. So if you caught it on the run, I mean, you made some good profits. And even if you sold it off right at the end of the day, you're looking at 10%. So I like that right off the bat, that it has that potential for movement. first things first, I'm going to look at the 180 day. It's not too bad. It has a little bit of a horizontal movement. Horizontal meaning you can kind of identify support roughly if my clicker wants to work. We can identify a quote-unquote support. I'll go ahead and just do it like that. And then we can probably say a resistance level right around. I'll probably just go ahead and do it right about here. Maybe. If we can, there we go. So you see the profit margin potential. Potential, of course. 30% mover. Now, obviously, it's well below the SMA, which, I mean, that shows what? That we have a lot of potential room for what? Jumping up. If we come up to the SMA, that's 37%. Now, is that going to happen? Who knows? Who's to say? None of us are, like, can tell the future or anything. But definitely has potential. On the EMA, it's kind of, it looks like it might be actually turning above the EMA of late, which is good. It's recently had this volume rush, of course, which is why I had this huge pump. I think this is a 4-hour chart. Yeah, so we had a good pump last 4 hours, obviously. That's why I was up like 15%. It was down, it's still down 15%. So if we go back and look at the 5-day, we can see that it had this huge sell-off. So it literally dropped how much at the low? Roughly 27% at one point. So this is what I really like to see. I really like to see these panics, like just these huge sell-offs when it comes to these penny stocks. I like seeing a huge sell-off either after hours or pre-market hours or even beginning market hours. You can see that it continued pre-market or pre-market, early market hours. And then the volume kind of dried out right here. So what I would have looked for is right here, you saw this volume just jump. So you saw that it jumped 4% in 5 minutes, and this is the 5-minute chart. So now if we go back and look at the 1 day, go back here and look at this on the morning, you can see what? You see the volume dried out, and then right here we had a rush of volume. So you would have tried to catch it right as that volume started coming in. In a matter of 3 minutes, you see a 3 to 4% jump here. So that's the only thing I really do like about penny stocks is, I mean, you can literally make your profits in a matter of minutes, but again, like we saw on Friday, you can lose them in a matter of minutes as well. Another one right here, you can see we had volume dry out. Usually what you see with the pattern is volume dries out right before it completely dies out. You see a quick rush of volume and then it continues up or continues down, of course. So right here, you'd have seen this volume get ready to rush in, ride it up. Again, 3% in 2 minutes. So there's definitely potential here. I might go ahead and add this. Let me go ahead and look at the 20-day really quick. I always like to look at the 20-day for see how the pattern's generally moving. What else? Let's go ahead and look at 30-day really quickly. So overall, it is continuing to trend down. It had this massive sell-off, obviously, like the last, it looks like, day or so. And it looks like it's trying to push back up. Watch for it to possibly get rejected here right around 115. It's currently right around 111. And then why I say that, one, obviously that's where my trend line is. And obviously my trend line is probably not 100% accurate. But looking at the 1 day, what happened? It got up to 115, got rejected, tried to make a push back up to around 115, 117. It's around, like I said, around 111 right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this one tomorrow. I look for it to either potentially run up in the morning or look for it to, again, have this sell-off first thing in the morning, pre-market hours. So I'll probably go ahead and add this to my active watching in all honesty, just because, I mean, I'm interested in it for sure. But we'll go ahead and add it to the active watch list. How's it going, Jake? Stoic Crypto. Yeah, crypto did. Oh, I had a huge run over the weekend, too. I didn't know that. I haven't really looked at stocks in all honesty this weekend. I had to work all night and whatnot, and just haven't really been looking this weekend. Like I said, I'm just now scanning for stocks live, so I'm showing you guys how I go about scanning for potential new stocks. But I heard the crypto, I heard Bitcoin overall was up like, what, around 22% or something for the week. So, yeah, awesome. I heard crypto bulls are back in control, it sounds like. But, let's say that it has this, let's say it goes ahead and gets rejected again. Let's say it goes up to like 112, gets rejected pre-market, and comes back down to 105. Because it looks like there might be a potential support building right around 105. Let's say it goes ahead and gets rejected at 105. This is, of course, in theory, it could continue lower, could continue higher, who knows. But say it came back down, bounced off 105, and then try to make a push again to 115, you're looking at 9.5% profit there. Obviously, again, anything can happen. At least the good thing is what did it do on the one day? It got rejected, but it bounced at or above the SMA. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that one tomorrow morning. I actually don't know how many funds, if any funds, are going to be released tomorrow for me, like what funds are going to be available. Obviously, I'll be live first thing in the morning, so you guys will know. But tomorrow might be a sideline day for me, which if so, then that gives me more time to break down stuff for you guys, which I'm sure you guys would like for sure. But yeah, I hope I have some funds, or at least like half of my funds, but we'll see. So another one here, moved down about 11%, has over 1 million, which I like. Bid and ask aren't too far apart, so I guess we can go ahead and check this one out. CCIH. So we'll go ahead and go back over to charts. I think I heard about this one actually. CCIH. I don't remember where, but I thought I heard about it. Let's look at the 180 day. So 180 day, I feel like someone might have brought this up on Friday. If someone brought this up on Friday, I think it might be a subscriber brought this one up. If whoever sees it, let me know for sure, because we might be looking at this one for a potential. One thing to watch is it gets rejected at the SMA on 180 day. Obviously, you can see it had a huge sell-off, obviously. But overall, what I'll do is go ahead and zoom in just a little. We'll go ahead and, ooh man. Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and identify the support right around here. Boom. And then we'll go ahead again and say that there's a resistance building right around, I would say 147. And it could get lower, of course, as long as that SMA continues to trend down. So be wary of that, of course. That's why I went ahead and lowered it slightly below that SMA. If crypto is up, I'm hoping to at least break I think you said if crypto is up, I'm hoping to at least break even. Yeah, I'll go ahead and look at FTFT here in a second, because I'm interested in that one still. But I'm going to look at that one here in just a second. Let's go back to the 1 day. So again, you see it keeps getting rejected by that SMA. I don't know actually if I like this one or not. Have you heard if the Syrian conflict will affect any stocks? I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's really going to at all, other than maybe oil. In all honesty, and oil really hasn't moved too much over the. I don't know if it even moves on the weekend. It's future, so I think it might. But oil might be the only thing that's really affected, which would obviously affect dripping Gush. Gush would probably continue up if anything, but it doesn't even really sound like anything's gonna happen. In all honesty, like with stock market wise, because most of the world supported it. I don't know if you've seen, but like also, what was it? The UK was involved, France was involved, Israel backed it. They didn't really get involved because they just didn't want to get involved. I forget, there's some reasoning behind it, but they didn't really want to get involved. But they supported it still. Just a lot of backing by most of the world. Obviously, Iran, Russia, all of the scumbags don't support it, but that's why they side with Assad. But that's a whole other topic. But overall, it seems like most people support it. Most people with a brain that actually know what they're talking about. So you have the idiots on Facebook that think they're, I like to call them social justice warriors, but they think that it's a joke, whatever, like just that we're going to World War III, whatever. But I don't really look at Facebook for news. I don't know about you guys, but it's just funny to watch. But no, as for the stock market, I don't really see it really. If anything, to be honest, I would not be surprised if the stock market's up tomorrow. I think on Friday I mentioned that I think it'd be down a lot, but by how the overall world is reacting to this situation, I wouldn't be surprised in all honesty if our markets are highly up. I would look for someone brought them up last week. Any kind of stocks, companies, it'd be worth researching. I might even research it tonight now that I thought about it. Any companies that deal with like arsenal, like the metals and all that good stuff. I forget, there's certain companies, I'm sure some of you guys even know. I'm having a brain fart. We were talking about a few of them last week, or maybe even the week before. But those stocks might go through the roof this week. Be looking out for them for sure. I would almost be, if I was a bet man, I'd be willing to put money on those stocks for sure, especially at least Monday. But yeah, I don't really think, other than again oil might be the only thing that's slightly affected. I even said I think oil's gonna hit at least 70 before it. Okay, so yeah, it's still So it is active. Futures are always active on the weekends. I thought so, but I didn't want to sound stupid. But yeah, oil's the only thing that I think might be affected. But as you can tell, I mean, it's down a little right now. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens for sure. But I don't really think overall the markets are gonna react too bad on it. If anything, I think we might see some good out of it. So good question though. But as for this one, looking at the 5-day, let me look at the 10-day. I always like to just analyze these as much as possible. So 10-day, we have potential to continue to trend down. 20-day, we're right around the 20-day support. So I would not be surprised in all honesty if we bounce here. If we bounce, we're right now right around the 124. I would look for it to bounce possibly to around 130. That's what, about a 4% change right there. So, how's it going, Charles? Happy Sunday. I would not be surprised in all honesty if we could see a possible quick 4 to 5% return out of this. This one is going to be very active. You can see we had this huge panic. I love seeing these panic bars. I call them panic bars. There's an actual term for them. But I call them panic bars just because you can see it dropped, what, in a matter of well, this is an hour, of course, hour chart, but in a matter of an hour, it dropped 17%. I love seeing these because from there, you can essentially do nothing but go up. I mean, obviously, you can continue on down, but for the most part, when you see these huge panics, you see a few green bars afterwards. So let's say you waited for that confirmation. Say we got it 124, you wrote it up again, about 4% right there. So, what is this one? This is CCIH. Well, right now what I'm doing is, if you see the title, I think I put it in the title of the video at least. I'm showing how to just scan for potential stocks, quick movers, for Monday and going on towards the week. I set my limit again. I'll go ahead and close you guys out real quick so you can see the overall setup. I started out with percent change. I set around minus 15% plus 10 just because those are like benchmarks. I like to kind of not have too many stocks on my showing. So I try to limit it a little bit, but I like seeing big movers, so I do minus 15% and plus 10%. I like messing with stuff that has at least volume of 500K, and then obviously you can have as much as you want on the volume. And then bid, I like to do at least $1 and then $25 at the max, just because, again, smaller accounts. Obviously, I am one that always preaches the dollar amount is not by any means what you should be focusing on. Percent potential is what you should always focus on. But obviously I know that I have a lot of viewers that are starting out with like $50, $100, $500 smaller accounts that could really benefit by just overall dealing with stocks that are between $1 to $25. I don't really generally like to mess with stocks that are under $1. Again, I know that's kind of contradicting to say since I have a couple in my watching, but BPMX is probably getting ready to go. Acre might as well, but BPMX is going to get ready to go for sure. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do it now. Goodbye. So yeah, so I'm down to 1, it looks like, that are under $1. But generally speaking, like I said, I don't really like messing with anything that's under $1 just because you lose a penny, you're losing a lot. So yeah, so pretty much all I'm doing is kind of just going through here, showing you guys how I go about scanning for potential stocks to mess with going into the new week. What's going on? What were you thinking? So we were just talking about the whole Syria thing. I think that a lot of stocks that that deal with, like, not chemicals, supplies, like war, that build war supplies, like, I don't know if, man, I can't even think of it off the top of my head. It's pissing me off. We were talking about some last week, if I remember right, or last Monday, something like that. We were talking about potential stocks that help with us building war supplies and whatnot, like metals and stuff. I think those will probably go through the roof Monday because obviously I would say war, I don't want fear-monger or anything, but there's a potential of quote-unquote war going around right now, so I wouldn't be surprised to see those take a jump up tomorrow. I think overall, to be honest, I just said this too, I think the markets are going to be up tomorrow just because the whole world has generally responded pretty well to this whole situation. It seems like the attacks on Syria were pretty precise. They seem to have done the job. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, Iran, Syria themselves, not Syria themselves, like the quote-unquote leaders of Syria, Russia, a few other ones didn't support it, but who gives a shit? They're little peasants at the end of the day. The only one that has the only ones we should be slightly worried about is Russia, but let's be real, if we wanted to, we could probably blow Russia off of the map. I was actually hearing a conversation about that this morning. They were saying, trust us, you do not want to wake up a sleeping giant. in the United States of America. But yeah, again with this one, 7% potential. But yeah, so overall I think markets are going to be up. Obviously I think VIX will continue to go down, /VX, VIX futures, whatever. TVIX, I look for it to continue to go down. Pretty much all the VIX, I look to go down. I don't know how tech stocks will do in all honesty tomorrow. I'm not really huge on the tech. I think tech bubble is probably going to burst any day now. I've been calling it for a while. Steel, I look for steel to possibly have a really good day tomorrow. What else? We want to look at FTFT. I remember I'll look at that here in a second. But I wouldn't be surprised also if, again, I think the only thing that might be affected really hard is oil prices. I even keep saying I think oil is eventually going to go to 70 before we see it start to pull back hard. What would that mean for Gush? Gush might hit $30 plus here before long. So I'm not saying it's going to happen by any means, but it's going to be interesting to watch. Obviously, Gush and Foresight CL are due for a pullback. So, I mean, who knows, a pullback might be on the table sometime this week. It's just going to be interesting to watch for sure. I look for gold to probably continue up this week. How high, I don't know. I'll probably say at least around $13.50 on the gold futures, which obviously would mean what? JNIG might hit around $16 this week. So that'll be interesting to see for sure. Might even hit higher than 16, but again, I look for the ones that have been up so much lately to probably pull back sometime this week. Again, I'm no fortune teller or anything. It's just kind of my thought process behind everything. But yeah, I'll go ahead. I don't know if I want to add this one to my watch list. I might, just because there is potential for a quick move. I'm going to go ahead and add it just so I can. I need to make a new watch list actually, but I'll do that probably tonight. But Josh wanted to take a look at FTFT, if I remember right. Yeah, FTFT, the one that we both kind of got burned on. So looking at the 5-day. Looks like it did try to bounce off the 5-day SMA, which is very good. Obviously, it had a huge pump and dump action going on Friday, and then it just continued down. It does look like it hit a low around, it kept hitting around 235 as a low and continued to just not get rejected, it continued to bounce off of it again, bounce off that 5-day SMA. It's currently at 255. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with this one on Monday. I look forward to either, unfortunately, continue back down to around $2, or it might continue to possibly try to staircase back up to probably at least around $3. It's a Bitcoin. Is it? I had no idea about that. That's why I was kind of acting shocked whenever I saw you say crypto. I was like, wait, what? Let me go ahead and take a look here at this, because I did not know that in all honesty. I'm not going to even pretend that I did. So, and by the way, I'm thinking about getting a new MacBook here before long. What do you guys think about that? The new MacBook 13, the newest one. FTFT info. FinTech group. I don't think this is the right one. No. Is it? I don't think so. There we go. Okay, maybe it is. But, $2. Oh no, stock twist. How does stock twist pop up on top? I would be interested to see what they're saying about that. To the moon, $3, $4, $5. Check out Yahoo Finance. Anytime I see blockchain, it's pretty funny. This was back in on March 30th, 2011, 2016. Shareholders meeting. There's not really a lot of news behind it recently. All the news was really back at the end of March. But, yeah, I did not know, actually, that this was... Do you know the relevance to crypto behind this, Josh? You apparently did a lot more research on it than I did. Oh, never mind, you're wrong. Okay, I was wondering, I was like, I didn't really see nothing that indicated... Because I thought if it was a Bitcoin, then it wouldn't be on the, NASDAQ. So, okay. I was wondering, I was like, shit, I'm so confused right now. But, okay, awesome. But, let me make sure that our stream's still doing well, too, really quickly. Like I said, if I ever have any issues with the stream, please let me know. I greatly appreciate that. how's everybody doing? Apparently we got 4 of you watching. Hopefully you all are having a good Sunday. Are there any stocks or anything? That's what this is all about too. The live stream with Sunday Stock Watch. Is there anything, any stocks or ETFs or ETNs or anything like that you guys want me to break down really quickly? I don't know how long you all have been in here. I know Josh, you were here right around the beginning. I don't know if Jake is still watching, but he got in close to the beginning as well. What was I going to say? Oh, I learned a lot. I've learned a lot, actually, about options over the weekend. I took like 5-6 pages at least, front and back of just notes. I learned so much about the Greeks of options, like the theta, time decay, all that, beta, whatever. I just learned all about the Greeks, just overall basics, fundamentals of options. I'm just really interested in it. I mean, I'm interested to... I actually want to learn. I want to learn how to go about. Apparently, you can look at the options for stocks from Thinkorswim. So that's my next step. Is I'm going to learn how to actually analyze a stock when it comes to options. That's my next step. I just learned the basics Friday and Saturday afternoon, evening. So next step is actually learning how to analyze them. So that's my next step for options. Again, like I said, I plan on starting options here possibly in the next few weeks, month or so at the most. I'm kind of just starting to dab my toes in the water with it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. I see just huge potential with options. I definitely look forward to going through that journey with you guys as well. A desktop will be the way to go for streaming. Laptop heavy heat. Yeah, I hear that. But I'm not looking at it from just a streaming standpoint either. I'm looking at it from like a streaming and stock market trading, like overall speed performance standpoint. And the MacBook obviously has just amazing speed, like just overall quality behind it. I was looking at possibly getting like a Mac desktop, but I didn't really look up too much about it. I don't know the prices and whatnot, so I don't know exactly what I want to do. And to be honest, if I do that, I'm going to need a new desk. This desk is literally about I don't know if you guys can like see like my shoulders. How my shoulders are right now is literally about how wide this desk is. All it can really fit is my laptop, my microphone, a couple drinks and snacks when I need them. I have a couple of pens. I have a microphone for my actual camera. But yeah, I can't really hardly fit anything on this desk. I need a new desk before long too. I need a lot in all honesty. I need to upgrade my just overall thing. But I keep telling myself until I get some good profits and can start reinvesting that money back into my quote-unquote company, then I'm not going to really do anything for now. I'm just kind of throwing ideas around on what I want to do here in the near future. Pretty much what I really need is a desk and a new computer, laptop, whatever, something. But I definitely know what you mean. I was reading up on the whole overheating thing, but it sounds like the MacBook isn't really too horrible when it comes to overheating. I mean, obviously all laptops tend to kind of start heating up over time, but overall the MacBook sounds like one of the best laptops. Another one was this one was a little cheaper. It was like a $600 laptop. The newest Asus something. I don't want to get into a whole bunch of computers and whatnot, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be interesting for sure. But I am looking still at FTFT as a potential day trade again, because there's so much movement. I mean, if you catch it again on one of these little panics, obviously in a period of 5 minutes, I mean, we saw huge drops with this in a period of 5 minutes. We dropped literally at one point about 13% in 5 minutes. Obviously, with these candles, this is just the range, obviously, of the price. But let's say you caught it right around 235, wrote it up here around 251. That's 6% in 9 minutes. So, I mean, it's just awesome. That's the only thing I really do. In all honesty, like I said, I wasn't really huge on penny stocks, but I mentioned on Friday that I might dab my toes around in penny stocks this week. Just kind of, 1, cover profits, 2, just, again, I'm always looking to learn, always looking to maximize my profits and obviously minimize the losses. Obviously, I did a horrible job of that last week. Like I said, I went back to basics, went back to studying even some of my own videos on what I preach to you guys a lot. And, yeah, I mean, I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen this week. Like I said, I might even totally just kind of go away from ETFs this week, unless if I see a huge opportunity within Gush. Obviously, I continue to get burned on drip, so I'm really hoping to possibly hop into Gush. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up to 30 at some point this week, maybe even slightly higher. But like I said, I'm no fortune teller. It's going to be interesting to see, continue to see what happens with gold, 4/CL oil futures going into early market hours tomorrow and the rest of the week. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, if you guys have any stocks or anything you want me to quickly break down, I'll definitely be happy to do so. Let's check out that turd NVCN. That stock is obviously a huge piece of shit. Just continues to drop, has quick pump and dumps, for sure. I mean, look at that. If you had access to like after hours, you went up 51%. Awesome, of course, but I mean, I hate this stock, guys. I mean, I just do. It's just such a piece of shit, in all honesty. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delisted. I mean, there's a lot of talk actually about it getting delisted. Obviously, a lot of that can just be noise, but the stock is just horrible. I mean, I just hate it. I mean, there's huge potential. Like I said, there's huge potential in it, but God, I would not trust it. You're definitely gambling with this stock for sure. I mean, there's no technical analysis on this stock. It's just a piece of shit. I mean, obviously I'm not huge. I mean, obviously I cuss some on my streams, but I don't want to sound too vulgar or anything, but I mean, it is. I mean, this is just a classic pump and dump. I mean, whoever pumps this up should be thrown in prison, in all honesty. I mean, this stock is just trash. This company is trash. I mean, there's just no way around it. NBR was one that I was looking at last Sunday, if you guys remember, right? Apparently I thought it was going to do this number. It kind of is, slightly. But I'll go ahead and get rid of these trend lines really quick so we can possibly break it down a little. So one thing that I see here right off the bat on, what is this, the 10-day, right? Is that it's slightly overextended, so it could be due for a 6-7% pullback. It's obviously been trending up of late, which I like for sure. You see on the 11th, so what was that, Thursday or Wednesday? You had this huge rush in a matter of an hour. It went up 8%. Can't believe I didn't catch that. But 180 day. Again, look, it bust. I was wondering why I had this line here. Apparently, I've identified a pretty tough resistance right around 750. Right now, it's at 758. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if it can kind of bounce and just continue up. If so, I think the next resistance again will be around 815. So I wouldn't want to really mess with this one probably until around 785, just to really have some solid confirmation that's going to continue up. If you get in at 785, ride it up again to around 815, you're looking at 4% potential. Nothing huge, but profits are profits at the end of the day. So I'll probably go ahead and set an alert probably around 780. So what I'll do is I'll have it at or above 780, create an alert, and then I'll probably have another alert for if it gets below 740. Just so I can see that it's going to continue down, possibly for a little bit. So, yeah. So I'll go ahead and set some alerts there. But again, that one has some potential. I think OAS was another one we identified last week. Looks like it broke above the resistance, which is awesome. But look, it's showing signs that it's starting to want to pull back. What I want to see is for it to probably bounce again at or above where I drew this trend line. I don't want to see it go below that trend line because then obviously it can continue to probably go to the SMA. If it does go down below that trend line that I drew as a possible resistance, that's now a potential support. I want to see it again bounce at or above that SMA and continue to trend up. But I would not be surprised if we see a pullback of 3% on this one. Or, again, it could just be a minor pullback and we could see it staircase on up. So what I would want to wait for is probably for it to, again, break around probably 915. And then, I don't know what the next resistance is on that. Next resistance would probably be right around 9. Yeah, no, I'm not really going to mess with this one for now. But I'll go ahead and keep it on and keep it on my watch list for sure. Again, it has room for potential pullback, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with that one. Man. Oh wow, it's 5:45. I'll probably go ahead and get ready to wrap this up soon. Because like I said, I want to take all of your guys' time. It is Sunday. Luckily for me, I'm off tonight and tomorrow night. I'm off Monday, Tuesday technically, but obviously working night shift, you kind of need to think in terms of night before. So I'm off Sunday night, Monday night right now. So yeah, I'll definitely be full energized, ready to go. Like the little Energizer Bunny from those old battery commercials. I forget what commercial that was actually. But yeah, I'll be full-fledged ready to go on tomorrow and Tuesday. My dad is watching. Can you tell him about the channel and what you are about? How's it going, Metal Kick-Ass? Again, I love your name. Your name is awesome. I almost want to like buy that name off of you. But definitely, how's it going? Obviously, I'm only 21, almost 21. My birthday's here literally about 2 months from now. Just a 21-year-old entrepreneur. Like I said, you can go back, show him all of my channel. I literally started my channel off of being scammed. I was broke. I just dropped out of college, actually. I found out college wasn't for me. I knew it wasn't for me, but I wanted to try it just because, obviously, you miss 100 out of 100 shots you don't take, and I'd hate living life in regret. So I went ahead and tried it, wasted $10,000, and I was just broke, living at home with my dad, working for my dad, working at a hotel overnight as a maintenance tech. And I was just kind of searching on my phone one night how to make money other than from a job, making money online, making money from home. And obviously you see a whole bunch of get-rich-quick scams and whatnot, but I was young and dumb, naive, 17, 18 years old, and I went ahead and invested like $50 in this quote-unquote course to just overall give you a guide to financial freedom on making money online. And they kept wanting more and more. They kept asking for $20 more, $20 more. Next thing I knew, I was out at like $100, and I was like, what the hell? I'm not really getting any more information than I would anywhere else on the internet or on YouTube for free. And then it kind of clicked. I searched the website, and it just total scam reports left and right on it. And yeah, so I got scammed, and it all started on YouTube actually, where someone was promoting this website. I don't remember what YouTube channel or whatever. It might be taken down by now, but because this was like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago now. But so from there, I was just kind of sitting there, sat back. The one thing I did take from it was how to make money on Amazon and eBay, starting an Amazon store, starting an eBay store, flipping books on Amazon from like book sales, flipping textbooks from $1, $5 textbook to possible $50, $100 profit in a matter of minutes on Amazon. And so I was like, well, why don't I go ahead and start like a legit YouTube channel just documenting every single thing I do. Literally from starting my Amazon business with a $20 bill and sending it out, letting Amazon do all of the stuff. Like I said, I have videos on that if you all are interested in that whatsoever. It's called Amazon FBA, where Amazon pretty much does everything for you. You pack the stuff up, you send it, you collect a paycheck from Amazon every 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah, I wanted to just document every single thing that I do from start to finish. You can see that I started with eBay, started with Amazon, went from Amazon and eBay to Merch by Amazon, where you make t-shirt designs and Amazon prints the t-shirts out and sells them, does it all for you again, passive income source. Failed doing that, didn't really fail doing it, just wasn't a passion of mine, so it didn't really do much. I sold a few shirts, but nothing big. I think I only made like 20 bucks doing that. What else did I do? Obviously I started this YouTube channel, which hasn't made me any money, but again, I'm not starting this for money or anything. It's just more, again, to help people. But for merch, I did Kindle by Amazon too. That was a total failure. Again, just not a passion of mine. Shoot, what else did I do? I think around that time was when I actually moved out, and then when I moved out, I actually got really, really sick, had to quit YouTube. If you go back to my channel, you'll see like a 6 to 10 month period where I did not post at all because I had some medical issues going. I was like having some blackouts in the shower and while I was driving and whatnot, so I just had to really just take a step back from everything and just get myself right. Thankfully, I think I'm a little better, but I still have some spells from time to time, but they said it's vertigo or something like that, and it just sucks. You have to kind of just take it as it goes, as it comes and goes. But so I did that. I started doing network marketing. I didn't really talk about that too much on this channel. If you go back and look, I talk about it a little bit, but not too much. And then around that same time was just when my life just kind of, I had a come into Jesus moment. Like I said, you guys can't probably see it right now. But if you go back and again look at a previous video, you'll see on my back wall here, this is where I used to do videos. I got in like so much debt, and that doesn't even show it. That's just a little bit of my debt. I got in just a huge, like just almost bankruptable situation where I had 7, 8 maxed out credit cards, a car I couldn't afford, multiple personal loans. I think I even had a Best Buy credit card. I just had so much debt. I was drowning in debt, couldn't make any payments. Actually had to move back home with my dad for a few months, and my dad pretty much said, look, you know I didn't want you to come back home. I said, once you move out, you're out. But he was like, if you're going to come back home, you're going to do things my way, and we're going to get this debt paid off, or at least most of it paid off. And around the same time, I found the Dave Ramsey show, and I kind of started preaching on that for a little while as well. And I still do. Like I said, this channel, the name of it is kind of broad, Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur. It's not just for millennials at all. It's just obviously I'm technically a millennial, and it's just about motivating people to just achieve financial freedom the right way. Don't look for get-rich-quick schemes. I talk about that all the time. They're called schemes. I call them quick get-rich-quick scams. I think anybody that promotes them should be thrown in jail. But I preach on that a lot. But pretty much, like I said, just any way to achieve financial freedom is what this channel is all about. Nothing happens overnight. That is why I have this channel, because I want people to literally see this channel's been up for 2 years. I'm still not rich by any means. I work a job overnight making about $2,200-$2,300 a month, but with no degree at 21 years old. It's not too bad if you ask me for where I live. But I have a full-time job. I work overnight. Like I said, luckily I can get a little bit of rest overnight while I'm at my job, so I get to come in, trade during the day, take a nap, a good couple-hour nap before my girlfriend comes home. And again, I finally found my true passion with the stock market, just because I've always been a numbers guy. I've almost kind of referred to myself as kind of a nerd, so to speak. I just like numbers. I always watch the price of oil ever since I was like 15 years old, because I know as the price of oil goes up, well, it's also going to go up, your price at the pump. I even called it out on my personal Facebook page. I told everybody, my friends and family, I was like, well, I hope you guys filled up. Oil's shooting through the roof. We're at the highest oil prices that we've been in years. I wouldn't be surprised if our gas prices jump 20-30 cents here in the next week. Sure enough, by Friday they jumped like 10 or 20 cents. So I've just always been into numbers, into the stock market, and I thought that you always had to have a whole bunch of money to invest in the stock market, which is why I never did. And then I actually found Ricky Gutierrez's channel. You guys know that I'm not affiliated with him or his like company or anything whatsoever, but he kind of opened my eyes to the fact that you don't really have to start out with any money. You can do paper trading for absolutely free. It's like simulation trading, almost kind of like a video game, as I like to refer to it. That just shows I'm a nerd, that the fact that I think trading in the stock market is kind of like a video game. But I mean, really, it just kind of opened my vision up to, look, you don't really have to start out with a lot of money. Like I said, I'm always 100% upfront with you guys about just everything, like from my statements. Like you all literally watch me every single day. I know Metal Kickass, you're pretty new to the channel, but if you watch a live stream, you literally watch me sit here and make trades. I even show you that I lost a lot of fucking money on Friday for at least my account size. I mean, down 2%. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but still down. But you guys literally watch everything I do. You watch me sell, you watch me buy. See, I purchased these at a horrible price, sold them at a horrible price. Live and learn, obviously. But I mean, literally, I'm always 100% upfront with you guys. I even said I'm never going to come out with a course, because I think as soon as you come out with a course, you're almost kind of tarnishing your reputation. I know there's a lot of different people have their own opinion about it, but I'll never really come out with a course whatsoever. Like I said, I might make a website that's more organized. That way people can just go to the website, look at different playlists, whatever. But I'm never going to charge a membership, never going to really do anything like to monetize it, really, just because if I'm making enough money doing this, if I'm really making the money that I would quote unquote say in the future that I'm making, why would I need a couple $10, $20, $100 from people if I'm really quote unquote making the money that I would say I'm making? That's kind of how I see it, especially when it comes to making money online. If people are really making what they say they're making, doing what they're doing, why do they need more money from people that are looking to learn how to do what they're doing? I mean, like I said, it's kind of a touchy subject, especially on YouTube. A lot of people start drama on YouTube, which obviously I'm not about. But hopefully that kind of summed up. I don't know if that really summed up like what I'm all about. Like I said, I kind of went over a quick history of just this channel, and like I said, I have playlists, and I have like 100, and I don't know, I can even go over here really quick. We got 6 people watching now. How's everybody doing? But like I said, you can literally go through my channel, and I don't know how many videos I have, and that's why I'm looking at it really quick. Apparently I have like 167 videos now, so I mean, you can literally go through and check them all out if you wish, and determine what you think about me. But I mean, one thing I am is always 100% upfront. I don't sugarcoat shit. I was never raised by sugarcoaters. My dad would always tell me straight up, son, you're being a dumbass, or son, this is fucking stupid, what are you thinking? But sometimes he's wrong, a lot of times he was right. But that's just overall who I am. Like I said, if you ever have any questions or want to reach out to me, my information is again on my YouTube channel. If you look on the little header, like when you're actually on my channel, literally every link of my social media, like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I think, maybe even my Google, like my email, I think, is also on there. I mean, you can literally reach out to me if you have any questions. Obviously, you can comment on the videos. You can be active in the chat. If you ever have any questions about anything, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be about the stock market. It can be about how to get out of debt. There was a guy or a girl. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. It was the YouTube name was Cuckoo78 or something like that. They were like over $100,000 in debt, mostly just on their house, but they had car debt as well, which you guys know I hate car debt, those of you that have been watching me for a while. And we just sat here and kind of thought out just a quick little strategy about how they could go about making some extra money to pay off the debt. I told them straight up, I was like, I'd sell your car, get a car that's like $1,000 to $2,000 that's paid for, pay off your house, then go ahead and start saving up money for another car. We just literally sat here while I was analyzing stocks. It was during a stock market stream. We sat here and just broke down a plan for them to go and pay off that debt and get an emergency fund built up, do stuff the right way. Don't try to skip over steps. Nothing happens overnight unless if you're just lucky and step into millions of dollars. But it all takes time, and that's what I always just try to preach. But thanks for the information. My dad likes it. Awesome. Like I said, I mean, I'm just 100% upfront. I'm just not a bullshitter. I hate people that are bullshitters. I hate when, there's nothing I hate worse than taking time out of my day to watch someone's YouTube video or get on someone's website and it's like clickbait, or like, I just hate clickbait. Like, there's videos out there, like, they'll say how to make $1,000 a day, and then they just beat around the bush on how to make $1,000 a day, and then they're like, well, by the way, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to do this. It ends up being like a 10-part after about a 15-minute video. At the very end, they finally talk about what it actually takes, and it's like, I just hate those kind of videos and websites and stuff. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, like you said, it sounds like he likes us, so that's good. Awesome. Definitely glad to have you here. Like I said, I love your YouTube, the name. Is that a channel, or is, like, do you have a channel, or is that just a badass name that you came up with? But like I said, if you all don't have any other stocks, or anything you want me to break down, then I guess I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. Apparently we still got 6 of you watching. Welcome to those of you that are new. If you're new, again, definitely click on that subscribe button below and hit the bell icon if you're especially into the stock market, because we do go live every single market day at open, just a few minutes before open, and we go live at least till the lunch hour, and we just sit here and break down stocks. You guys watch me do trades live. I do technical analysis live to the minute for you guys on any stocks that you're really interested in. And like I said, I don't sugarcoat shit. If I don't like a stock, I'll tell you straight up, absolutely not. I would not invest in this. But I will never tell you guys what to invest in, where to get out, anything like that. All I do is sit here and do my form of technical analysis. I would say what I would do, but a lot of times I don't even end up making moves on the stocks you guys call out. But I just like to help people at the end of the day. That's my channel name. Oh, okay, so it's a channel. I'll have to go check it out sometime. But yeah, so I mean, I'll give you guys like a quick minute to, if you just want to literally, you can just throw out a ticker symbol. Like, you don't even have to say anything. Just, if you have a ticker symbol or something you want me to just break down really quickly, I'll be happy to do so. If not, then I'll probably go ahead and wrap the stream up and start getting ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new week. Hopefully a lot better than last week. Last week was the worst week in my young trading career. I don't know how many funds I'm going to have available, like I said. I don't know if I'm going to actually have any. Right now I only have like $6 available on my Robinhood buying power. And I know I sold a bunch Friday that won't be available till Tuesday. So Tuesday might be the day that I actually start trading. But I'll still be live tomorrow either way. If anything, it's better for you guys. That way you can just throw out ticker symbols and I can literally do technical analysis right then and there, because I'm not worried about my trades and my positions and whatnot. But again, if you're new to the channel and liked what you see and you're just into the stock market and into achieving financial freedom overall, definitely hit that subscribe button below. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon. That way you'll be notified when we go live for live stock market trading. A lot of my videos anymore are just live streams too, so you'll be notified every time I go live if you hit that bell icon. It's just easier for me to like upload content whenever I just go live. Editing takes a very, very long time, as you probably know if you have a YouTube channel like Metal Kickass. Especially longer videos, they're just long to edit, especially when editing isn't really my passion. I love doing videos, but editing is just so boring in all honesty. But so yeah, good luck to you in the AM. Yeah, I'll see you guys roughly in about 12 to 14 hours, 15 hours at the most. But it doesn't look like we're going to have any ticker symbols pop up. But again, hopefully you guys did enjoy this quick live stream of Sunday Stock Watch. Pretty much, for those of you that are just tuning in, we just broke down. I'll go ahead and show you guys my scanner. If you guys want to like take a screenshot or anything like that, this is pretty much my scanner that I've set up. I set the stock change percentage at -15% plus 10%. Why? Because I like seeing big movers for potential gap ups, especially when it comes to penny stocks. There's potential for gap up to make up at least that much. And we broke down a couple. I actually added a few new ones to my watch list. So again, if you guys just want to kind of screenshot that and do your own due diligence and technical analysis based off of my scanner. Volume I set at 500,000 and then just max it out because the more volume the better, obviously. 500,000 is like my bare minimum that I usually want to invest in because that way it's not necessary. I mean, it can still be a pump and dump, but usually it's harder to pump a stock that has a lot of volume. And then bid, I always set it $1 higher just because I don't really like investing in stuff that's under $1. If you don't know the definition of a penny stock is technically anything under, I believe, $5. So so I set it at $1 and a max of 25, just because, I mean, occasionally I will invest in stuff that's like $40, $50 per share, but I like messing with stuff that's between $1 to $25 just because it's easier on my scanner. Only 700 versus thousands of stocks to look at. So yeah, so like I said, if you want to screenshot that really quickly and do your own due diligence and let me know how the scanner works out for you, that'd be awesome for sure. And if you see this after it's uploaded live and you test out the scanner, let me know in the comments below after this uploads how the scanner worked out for you in the future going forward. I agree. I would love to, again, the whole point of this channel is just to network with a bunch of like-minded people. That is why we go live as often as we do. How's it going, Kelvin? Kelvin Walton. How's it going? Let's take a look at SPY. You guys know I keep an eye on SPY a lot because it's pretty much the VIX, /VX, and TVIX tend to go inverse of the market, of course. SPY is obviously like a what is it called, like spider ETF, something like that, of S&P 500 essentially. When we look at the 180, we're getting close. Every time we get close to this SMA, it continues to get rejected. That's the only thing I'm slightly worried about. I think, again, if we can break above 268, 269, if we get above 270, I mean, the market's back. It's done with the correction, and we'll probably see 300 by, I don't know, I'm no fortune teller, but I would say probably sometime at the end of the summer. I still think we're due. Overall, I think this year will probably end up being a red year overall for the markets. I would say probably 10% is now the realm of possibility for the year. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm no fortune teller. But I want to see a break above the 180-day SMA. Let's see actually where we're at right now. Where we're at right now is around 265.15. So, yeah, like I already mentioned, that I do think tomorrow's probably going to be a green day for the stock market because of how well the whole world really reacted to the Syria situation. I think gold, I keep saying gold, I think oil will probably end up being up tomorrow. Either that or we're going to see a pullback because it's really overextended, but you're asking about SPY. I think overall the markets will be up tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised to see SPY end up around 268 on the day. What would that be roughly from a movement standpoint? That'd be roughly what? About a 1%, 2%. Yeah, I would not be surprised if we hit above 268 tomorrow. But then from there, what I want to see, if they can get above 268, say we end at 268.66, that's where my ticker landed. I want to see it get above that, and then when it experiences a pullback, I want to see it stay at or above the SMA, wherever the SMA is at that point. I want to see it stay at or above that SMA and bounce and continue to push on forward. So if you're, I don't know if you're into options, Kelvin, but I personally would probably set calls at 268. I think that's a good range. I think, again, I would not be surprised if we do hit 268 sometime this week for sure. It might not be tomorrow, but I do think we will hit 268 this week. Either that, or we're going to see it continue either that, or we're going to experience a huge pullback, like, I mean, probably sell off throughout the week, but I really don't see that happening. I think, again, we probably are slowly starting to creep back out of this correction that has lasted now over, what, 2 months, almost 3 months now. But it'll be interesting to see, for sure. I personally, if I was into options, like I said, I would probably put calls at 267, 268, maybe even 270 if you're a really bull, true bull, but I'd probably set them around 268. I don't know what the profit margin would be there. Like I said, I'm still learning a lot about options. I plan on getting into options here within the next month or so, 2 months at the most. Just continue to get my account up. I want to get my account up to at least $2,000 before I do so. But puts. So you want to do puts? If you did puts, I'd probably. Let me see. If you were to do puts, I'd probably say 262. That's probably realistic. I would say 262, 263. I don't know what your profit margin would be on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do hit 262 or 263 as a pullback sometime this week. Again, this market is so volatile. That's why I said we could easily hit 270 plus. We could also hit 260. I don't think we'll go below 260 in all honesty, because like I said, I think we're slowly pulling back out of this correction. But again, with this market, there's no predicting in all honesty. You can try to do as much technical analysis as you want, but at the end of the day, none of us have a crystal ball. But I would say a safe put would be probably 262. That's definitely possible for a pullback. Maybe even, again, 260, depending on how much profit you want to see and how much you're willing to risk. 260, 262 would be my safest bet when it comes to puts. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, actually. What you think about that 262. I have a 265 put that expires on the 18th. Oh, yeah, you'll hit that. 18. Oh, wait, that's 3 days from now. So 2 market days, right? I always get my days all mixed up because today's the 15th. Okay, yeah, 3 market days. That'll be interesting. Hopefully we'll have a pullback in the morning. I don't know what futures are looking like on right now, but you might experience a pullback in the morning, but I do think overall the market's going to be green tomorrow. If we go based on the previous trends, what would that mean? We'd probably see a pullback on Tuesday. I think either Monday or Tuesday are going to be a green day, though, in all honesty. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but I think you'll get that 265. Just be careful, watch and see how the futures are going, and that'll be interesting for sure. Because right now, supposedly it's at like 265.15 or 265.33. Let me look at so the bid is at 265.22. So yeah, you're right around 265.33 apparently. Yeah, that's gonna be close, man. But I think you'll at least hit that 265, because we see, even on quote unquote green days, we see it often come down and then it go, like, just look at we're on obviously 180 day. Let's look at the last 5 days. I mean, we see just so much volatility. Yeah, I think you'll be safe. Damn, apparently hit like 263.73 after hours, but yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think you're gonna get it for sure. Just be careful, be watching for sure, because you might hit it, and then if you don't get rid of it in time, then it'll be gone. But yeah, I think you're safe on that. I think you'll definitely see that 265. I think you'll see it tomorrow at some point, in all honesty, but I could be wrong. I think you will see it, though, definitely before that expiration date. But yeah, good luck with that for sure. Let me know how that goes, because I want to know how that goes. I'll probably know how it goes because I'll be here live and seeing what happens. But let me know how that goes for sure. I don't know if you tuned into one of my live streams during stock market live when we do the live trading, but definitely be sure to hop in and let me know when you got out, or if you got out, what happened there. Definitely interested to see what's going to happen there for sure. But going forward, if you want to do calls or puts, and in the future, I'd probably again put puts around 263, and then I'd probably do calls around 268 to 270. That's just kind of playing it safe, if you ask me. I like looking for safe profits. Again, I don't know what your profit margin would be on those puts and calls, but yeah, that's just my quick 2 cents on that. But let me make sure really quick that we're still doing alright. So I got 6 of you watching. How's everybody doing? But yeah, if that's it, then I'll go ahead and start wrapping this up. We've been live now, I think, for about an hour or so. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to end the stream, and I'll probably start prepping for tomorrow. I'm going to keep learning about options, as I said. I want to be as ready as possible for when I'm ready to start trading options here in the next few weeks, month or so at the most. I tried to sell Friday, Robinhood didn't. Damn, that sucks. I'll watch you every day. Oh, awesome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for the support. If it wasn't for having, literally, like I said, go back and look at some of my live streams from even just 2 or 3 weeks ago. I mean, I used to not even have this chat pulled up. I would just look at it like once every 15 minutes. Just for shits and giggles. No one was even watching. So, again, I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Hopefully we continue to just connect with as many people as possible. I love that we just can literally have conversations from options to crypto to flipping stocks, penny stocks. I mean, we talk about just so many. I mean, I firmly believe that there is a place in the stock market for everybody. I mean, I definitely believe that. I mean, you do not have to be a rocket scientist to make money doing this. You just have to find something that you like, something that you can comprehend, and something that just pulls to you. Like I said, if you don't like it, if you don't like what you're doing, you're never going to you might see short-term success, but long-term you won't, because you'll get bored with it, you'll start being lazy, you'll start slacking, you'll start losing money, and then from there you'll get discouraged and quit. But I really do believe there's a place in the stock market for everybody, and that's just really what I try. That's why I try to connect with as many people as possible. I try to teach everybody this, even my family, coworkers. I mean, I try to teach anyone that will listen to this, because it is possible. I saw that the U.S. added over 700,000 millionaires in 2017. So it just goes to show, obviously that doesn't mean just from the stock market, but it literally said in an article, due to rising stock prices and obviously price of home values skyrocketing in the last few years, those two were like the key reasons, stock market and home prices. So I really believe that there is a spot for everybody in this market to potentially be a millionaire someday. But some people don't listen. So, but again, I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Yeah, I hear Robinhood's really bad about filling orders when it comes to options. That's why, in all honesty, I'm considering sticking with TD Ameritrade when I decided to do options. And I think, don't hold me to this, I'm going to do some more research and probably come back to you guys on it in the morning. I think with TD Ameritrade, you can use a cash account when doing options. Don't hold me to that. Like I said, I might be wrong. I'm going to do some research on it and see what I can find. But if that's the case, here before long, obviously you have your $4.95, $5.95, whatever it is, charged per trade. But the amount you can make on options, that $4.95 ain't going to make a fuck. Let's be real. So if that's the case, I might start doing options here in the next couple of weeks with TD Ameritrade. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Like I said, don't hold me to that. What I just said there, I'm going to do some research on it here tonight and let you guys in the morning what verdict. I might even contact their support if I can't get a clear answer, just like I did with Robinhood. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see for sure. I can't wait to get into options. I see mass opportunity. I really like it too. I love I mean, it can be gambling, but let's be real. If you don't know what you're doing, the stock market is gambling. It can rip your head off if you don't know what you're doing. But I just see them as potential. I love the technical analysis behind it. You can do so much technical analysis when it comes to options, and you can actually make some good money off blue chip stocks whenever you're doing technical analysis too. I had a recent subscriber, I forget he has a channel too. I want to find him really quickly to shout him out because he brought this to my attention and really sunk in with me. His comment, he was saying like how you can it was, what's his name? Clever Dave. I'm going to give him a shout out. Clever Dave. I don't know if he's watching right now, but he was saying, because it was about how you need a margin account with Robinhood for doing options. Again, some people still have a cash account, but just be prepared. Robinhood is going to convert you into Robinhood Instant before long if they haven't already. It's in the fine print. We had an email. I showed the email where they said that, but he was pretty much just saying like you can make so much money doing options with blue chip stocks that it's worth doing the margin account, because I already said I'm not huge on margin accounts. I don't like margin accounts in all honesty too much, but he kind of explained to me that there's just such mass potential that it is definitely worth it. So shout out to him for sure. Apparently he has a channel too with about the same amount of subscribers, so if you want to head over there and show him some support, let him know that Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur sent you over there, that'd be awesome. Seems like a good dude. I think I'm subscribed to him as well. But if not, I need to head over there. But he has a bunch of videos as well, so definitely go show him some love. But yeah, if that's it for the stock market breakdown, then I guess I'll go ahead and start wrapping this up. I know I've said that about 10 times now. But again, thank you guys so much for the support. I would have no reason to do this, continue to do this, and continue to just put all my blood, sweat, and tears into doing this if it was not for you, the audience. I don't care if I have 1 viewer or 1,000 viewers. I'll always continue to literally answer as many questions as I can because, like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, I have no reason to continue to do this. So if you did like this live stream, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that for sure. And like I said, if you're new to the channel and you did enjoy this stream, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you haven't already. That way you'll be notified as soon as we go live. We go live pretty much every single day now. I apologize for not having a video uploaded yesterday. Yesterday was just a really bad day from just being tired standpoint. I was just tired all day. Today I actually slept until like 3 o'clock, so shows just how exhausted I've been with this whole overnight shift change and whatnot. But yeah, again, thank you guys for your support, and until tomorrow morning, guys, keep on going out there, making some money, make some profits, covering your profits. Don't gamble. Cover. Don't be like me on Friday. Cover those profits and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning in about 14 hours. Take it easy, guys.